I want to give a huge thanks to PTCGO Store for sponsoring the channel. PTCGO Store is a great site where you can get all of the latest Pokemon trading card game online codes for great prices, as well as instant code delivery. Now able to order Sword and Shield Darkness Ablaze, the newest set. Be sure to use code CHIP5 at checkout to get yourself 5% off your order, or click the link down in my description below. Once again, that is code CHIP5 to get 5% off. Thanks, PTCGO Store. YouTube, what's going on, guys? Chip here. Welcome back to another Pokemon TCG online video. Today, guys, we're going to be taking a look at a deck that I think is so much fun and actually very, very powerful currently in the Pokemon TCG. Something I've been playing a ton on my streams recently, and that is Moist Mewtwo. Now, the reason we call it Moist Mewtwo is because we're, of course, attacking mostly with Mewtwo, and we're going to be using it to copy Blastoise-GX's Rocket Splash. 60 damage. Shuffle any amount of water energy from your Pokemon into your deck. This attack does 60 damage for each card you shuffled into your deck in this way. And the combo here is to utilize Frosmoth's Ice Dance in order to accelerate a ton of energy onto our water Pokemon. Now, you may be saying, Chip, that doesn't quite work. Frosmoth only accelerates to water Pokemon, so you can't accelerate onto the Mewtwo. And while, yes, this is true, Frosmoth does allow you to accelerate energies to itself. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be using Ice Dance, putting a ton of energies onto the Frosmoth itself. We have to attach to Mewtwo Mew 2 times, or use Energy Switch in order to get one of the energies off of the Frosmoth onto Mewtwo, and using that efficient 2 energy attack via the Perfection ability, pick up big one-hit KOs on our opponent's Pokemon. Now, we can really win the game pretty easily in just 2 attacks. The format has a ton of tag teams in it right now. It has a ton of VMAX Pokemon in it, and that's why I really like this deck, because we don't actually have a damage cap. We could do 340 damage to knock out Eternatus VMAX in just one single hit. I also really like this deck because of the Starmie-GX. I've always thought this card was so cool, and now I think is its chance to shine. Starstream doing 40 damage, and attach 2 water energy cards from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. This is the attack that we're going to be trying to use anytime that we go second in a game, since we can attack on that first turn. Of course, we're utilizing a heavy ability-based draw engine. We've got 3 Dedenne-GX. We've got ourselves a Crobat GX in here as well. We also get to utilize Capacious Bucket in order to try to draw into those water energies. We've got Viridian Forest in order to get more water energies. We've got 4 Quick Ball, 4 Evolution Incense, and 3 Cherish Ball as our consistency cards. The deck is really pretty consistent overall. It does have consistency issues here and there, like any evolution deck will, but for what it is, I think it is extremely consistent. Now, this deck really is just a ton of fun, to be honest. I've had a great time playing it over on the Twitch stream. As always, that is twitch.tv/TrainerChip. Would really appreciate you guys coming out and saying what's up. Also, be sure to click that subscribe button, as always, if you guys do enjoy these Pokemon TCG videos. I love making them. I really want to try to do a lot more of this, trying out more unique and rogue decks. So if that's something you'd be interested in seeing, definitely let me know down in the comments below. Now, we did get some really solid games in with this deck today, so I hope you guys will check out the video and enjoy. Going up against Toto13, they've got a Groudon deck box. So not really sure what that is going to entail. We do, unfortunately, lose the coin flip. They are going to go ahead and let us go first, though. I do kind of think I like going second a bit better with this deck, so we can just get that Starmie attack off on turn 1. But it's not the end of the world, especially if we can get the Viridian down and go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and, with this Incense, find the Starmie. We'll discard it in order to get a water energy. We do want to get the attachment to Mewtwo for sure. We could go ahead and Cherish Ball for Blastoise, discard it, and then Quick Ball for Mewtwo. I think I kind of want to bench a second Frosmoth, though, just in case here. They do knock out the active. They could do that with Combustion Pillar. And we're probably going to research next turn anyway, so we are not likely to get use out of the boss's orders. So let's go ahead and just Cherish for the Mewtwo. Quick Ball away the boss's orders, and then get ourselves a second Snom. So we're feeling a little more safe just in case here. And yeah, pretty good with all this. Maybe I should have actually discarded Blastoise instead of Starmie, because there's a chance we actually just don't even utilize Starmie. We just want to go Blastoise attack, 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 which is actually probably what I'm kind of leaning towards. So I'm going to go ahead and say discarding Starmie may be a mistake. But if we do get into it, we have the Viridian in play, obviously. They do play Crushing Hammers, which is pretty unfortunate for us. They do go ahead and hit ahead, so those energy switches that we do play are going to be really crucial here for us to be able to attack even. And yeah, the second attack as well on Torkoal does discard 2 energy from us. So that makes things a bit annoying as well. But if we just pop off here, we could just get the turn 2 knockout, which would be great. For sure. They're going to go ahead and get the Cape of Toughness, giving this guy a ton of HP. And this is actually pretty tough. We draw into an Energy Switch, which we really don't want, because now we only have 1 more to be able to even attack this turn. So we might just be going with a Starmie attack here, it looks like. We do get the Blastoise, which is pretty good. Pretty solid hand. I'll go ahead and get rid of the Blastoise. I actually maybe just shouldn't have done that. I'm kind of doing a lot of things out of order here of what I should be doing. Yeah, because I think we're just going to be going with a Starmie attack this turn. Or try to, at least. Let me think here for a sec. I think we want to discard another energy to try to get full use out of the Starmie. We want to bench another Mewtwo, and we're going to go with the Dedenne. Oops, let's get this. And then, yeah, we'll go with the Dedenne. We do have Switch. We also do still have the Energy Switch in the deck, so we could still get the attack off for sure. Go ahead and attach here. Ice Dance one more time. We'll discard this other energy for getting the full effect. I'll go ahead and evolve, just in case. It does mean we can't attach Retreat, but we're kind of going in to look for the switch effect anyway, like natural switch effect. We do unfortunately miss basically all of that. So kind of a not great spot. We'll have to go for second Dedenne next turn. And I think we just pass here and pass it back over to our opponent. And yeah, we'll just have to look with the Dedenne next turn. Hopefully we get to keep this energy in play for a turn, and maybe that actually means we'll get to save the energy switch for like attacking with this next Mewtwo, but they're actually going to bring up our Mewtwo. Interesting. I think they probably should have tried to KO. Well, I guess they're not getting a KO at all. They can't even attack this turn. Well, there's that third hammer. I really don't know why they used that boss's orders. I'm kind of confused by that. But I won't complain too much about it. It could definitely work to our advantage here. Alright, well, yeah, I feel pretty good about this. Yeah, let's go ahead and Capacious Bucket. Accelerate some energies to this guy. Accelerate here. Accelerate here. Click done. Attach. Incense. Yeah, we can thin this guy out. We can Cherish Ball. For Dedenne. And yeah, we'll just go with Dedenne change. Unfortunate to lose Reset Stamp, but we are just going to be getting a knockout here. We obviously have to use a lot of energies to do this. But that is okay. Alright, so let's go here with the Rocket Splash. I'm going to go ahead and leave both energies on the active, I think, here. So we need to put back 5 energies, right? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. So let's go like this. Leave 1 on each guy. And yeah, should be 300 as long as I didn't miscalculate anything. And he shouldn't have a way to knock out our Mewtwo. And he has 1 Crushing Hammer left, so I'll go ahead and leave 2 energies here so we don't just get left with no energies on it. I think that seems like the best line for us. And that's a big knockout. 300 damage. A little bit of a clunky start, but we are able to still, you know, move through things and set up pretty well. I'd say we're in a pretty good position at this point. They're going to go ahead and get another Cape of Toughness down. Just throwing it onto the Torkoal. And there's a Fire Energy. Heatran GX could definitely do a lot of work for them. Ooh, and Turbo Patch as well. If they get a couple heads here, yeah, looks like they're going to go ahead and concede it. Maybe came down to that flip for them. I'm not going to lie, I was not thinking about Turbo Patch, so if they had flipped heads there, we could have been in a pickle. We would have had to dig for that energy switch, but we had a research in hand. I think we still could have pulled off the one-hit KO onto the Torkoal that turn, so pretty good showing there from the Moist Mewtwo deck. Alright, here we go with the Moist Mewtwo, once again up against Card King 98, rocking the red Arceus coin. And they're going to go ahead and be choosing to go first. So we are going to want to try to attack with Starmie turn 1, and it looks like our hand is going to be good enough to make that happen. We actually have 2 water energies in hand as well. So I think we're probably just going to research the hand, honestly, and try to get full value out of a turn 1 going second Starstream. Really kind of an ideal hand if we're going second, to be honest. Super solid. Alright, so there's the attachment to Zacian. And it's just going to be an Intrepid Sword. So maybe a little bit of a slow start from our opponents. They do not get an extra energy attachment, which I am quite okay with. And yeah, we actually get a Quick Ball as well to get down a Snom, so that's pretty good. So we'll go ahead and throw that guy down. We'll go ahead and Cherish Ball for the Mewtwo. And I think it's kind of close to attach here, but I'm pretty sure we should just go ahead and research. We have so many outs to still find an energy, which we do exactly that. And pretty solid turn 2 setup right now, honestly. We'll go ahead and put Viridian down. I guess I didn't have to do that. It does let them utilize it potentially, but it gets us 1 more energy in hand since we do already have Frosmoth ready to go. So I think that is not too bad of an option. And yeah, we'll Starstream, put 2 energies onto Mewtwo and Mew. That's a pretty solid turn 2. Like, that's basically what we always want to see happen. Sorry, turn 1. That's basically what we always want to see happen turn 1 when we are going second. Now it's going to be back over to them. They're actually going to go ahead and just use Swell. They don't even utilize our Viridian. I think I definitely would have wanted to use Viridian if I was my opponent, but let's see what they have to go with it. What else they have rockin' with the Zacian V. Right now, all we've seen from them is the Zacian, the Metal, and the Chaotic Swell. There's an Air Balloon, okay, and a Professor's Research, okay. Ditching a ton of stuff. Yeah, I can see maybe why they didn't want to use Viridian now. Yeah, they really wouldn't have been able to utilize Viridian very well at all. So they'll go ahead and play Cherish Ball. Grabs an Arceus Dialga Palkia. They did discard a Water Energy, so could have a harder time utilizing it. I guess they could have actually tried to Turbo Patch the Water Energy onto the Zacian. That actually probably would have been better. They should have discarded the Water with the Viridian, tried to Turbo Patch it onto Zacian, so they could Energy Switch it to the ADP. That probably would have been their best play. But they're digging. They've played a research here. They've played the Dedenne-GX as well to the field. Seeing themselves a lot of cards this turn. It's going to be another Zacian coming down. And let's see what else they got. Just attached to ADP here. They're going to need to find their other water energies. They probably only play 1 or 2 more. I would imagine like a count of 2 or 3 in the deck. And they do hit on the Intrepid Sword. Okay. So we need to put back 3 energies to get the knockout here, which we can definitely do. Our hand is not great at all. It's actually pretty bad. So what should we do with that? Probably just take this knockout still. Hope our prizes bail us out. Yeah. I think that's really all there is to do. I can do this just to... yeah. Thin a card out so we have a higher chance to draw a better card here. So that 40 damage is actually pretty clutch for us last turn. Because it does let us get this knockout. Of course, Zacian not being resistant to Psychic, resistant to Grass type. And we still get to keep the energy on the active so we can attack still. And, like, he's probably going to just be Altered Creationing this turn. So, I'm feeling pretty confident about our position so far. They definitely should have retreated, I think. We did have Boss, however, but I think that's probably still their best play. They do hit the Crushing Hammer, which is unfortunate, but not the end of the world. We'll probably just go with a Starmie attack this turn then. But they are going to get Guzmahala, so they can find themselves a Aurora Energy, I would assume, in order to use Altered Creation this turn. Excuse me, and also getting an Air Balloon. So lots of stuff going on their side. And Altered Creation. Alright, let's see if we can get a good top deck here. Cherish Ball, nice, I'll take it. That does get us the Dedenne-GX. If we can avoid benching too many Dedennes, I would like to. I think I'll go ahead and discard this water because it's pretty likely, honestly, that we have to just attack with Starmie this turn. We could find the whole Energy Switch shebang, but that's not the most likely, so, and that is exactly what happens here. I think I'm going to hold off on the Ice Dance here, because if he just gusts it, then we lose all the energy for no reason. So let's just go with the... I guess we could Giant Geyser. That's not the worst thing. We'll probably just Starstream, though, and we can go with Giant Geyser next turn if we needed to. What is a little unfortunate is, like, he can go knockout Frosmoth into knockout Mewtwo to win. So if he does get Energy Boss here, it actually would be a pretty good play for him. We did obviously discard our other two Frosmoths. We really needed to draw, so I don't hate that decision, but I don't know. I mean, and if he does knock out Frosmoth, we can still flood our field with energy potentially. Let's see if he gets it. Let's just see what happens. See if he gets there. I mean, we haven't seen a boss from him yet. He does only have 15 cards left in deck. He's drawn a decent amount here with the Crobat. Not feeling great about it. Let's see. The Goggles does go down to Zacian. Great catcher. Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with this. Very okay with this. It does make me, however, not want to bench another Dedenne this turn, so I think I'm going to avoid doing that if I can. And I also really don't want to discard any energies off of my Mewtwo's because he plays Crushing Hammer, and that would force us to try to find the Energy Switch, which is a lot. We don't want to have to do that if we don't want to do that if we don't have to, I should say. But we'll go ahead and get the Ice Dance, get some energies down. That 40 damage is also really good because it's one less energy we have to discard or shuffle into the deck. I keep saying discard, but it is shuffle into the deck. So let's go Rocket Splash. Let's put back 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. Yep. And we'll keep 2 on the active, 1 on the bench, because active Mewtwo probably doesn't get knocked out here, unless he plays like Zigzagoon or something, so yeah. Feel fine with this. And we get to take 3 prizes. We could get Reset Stamped here to a very low hand size, which wouldn't be the most fun. I probably should have just played out the Incense so that we can't draw it off of a Reset Stamp. But he actually probably doesn't even play Reset Stamp, so I maybe shouldn't even be that worried. Most of these Zacian lists aren't playing it right now. They are going to boss up our Frosmoth, which is exactly what we did not want to see, but it's honestly not the end of the world as long as we just don't bench something that they can knock out. Like, we're still okay with this. Because they can't ever one-shot a Mewtwo still. So what we just do here is go Bucket and hit. Yeah, I think I actually just Blastoise-GX attack here. Yeah, because we only need 5 energies to win the game next turn, right? Because he can't take his last prize this turn. Hang on, let me think. Three, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. Yeah. Then we just need to draw 1 energy next turn. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and do this. And yeah, Giant Geyser. I actually should have just put 3 and 3. I shouldn't have worried about this, because now I don't know why I benched this, because we lose if he knocks something out anyway. I should have just put 3 here, 3 here. So that way we don't lose to Hammer necessarily. I'm pretty sure we just win, but we should still just be okay. He could do stuff to us with the hammers, though. He probably only plays like a lower hammer count, I guess. He's actually going to promote Crobats. Oh yeah, because he's just going to hard retreat to be able to stream attacks, of course. I don't know, unless he busts out like a Zigzagoon here. He could bust out a Zigzagoon and just body my Mewtwo. Let's see it. Get that. He's got the 1 Zigzagoon. What do you guys think? He does play some kind of unique stuff, so it maybe wouldn't be the craziest thing. He does hit a heads. Probably just going to bop it off the active. Yep. Best play for sure. Yeah, and that's why I should have just put 3 and 3. This means I could lose the game if I whiff an energy. I could lose. But we do have 6 waters in the deck, plus a couple more buckets, I think. Yeah, 2 more bucket. And we just draw energy, so it works out. GG's. Close one, but I think we ended up playing well enough to win the game. We could have definitely done things a little better, but my opponent just 10 damage short of closing out the game, and we're able to clean things up. Not benching the second Dedenne. That was definitely key there. Not benching Dedenne to give them that gusting effect. I think knocking out the Frosmoth ended up being the mistake for them. I think if they just go hit Mewtwo, they win. But GG's. Alright, up here against Dragon 978484. The legend themselves. We're going to go ahead and call tails. They do win the flip, and we'll choose to go first. And hopefully we get a good enough hand to be able to attack with Starmie here on the first turn. And it does look like as long as the Starmie is not prized, we should be able to do that. They are getting some Eternatus sleeves, so I was going to say I'd be a little worried because they could theoretically turn to knockout Mewtwo, but it looks like it's actually a lightning deck. We've got a Boltund V, we've got a Vikavolt V as well. Pretty interesting stuff. Excited to see what our opponent is trying to make work here. Not being able to play item cards could be a big deal for us. We do need the buckets in order to try to draw back into our water energies every single turn. So we'll see. They're going to go ahead and grab Dedenne and Pikachu Zekrom. They're like, hey guys, Pikarom is not dead. I'm here. We're going to try to make it work. I respect it. It does look like that's exactly what they're doing here. Just rocking out with Pikarom. Like Electropower never even rotated. They do lose 2 Energy Switch, but they got an energy in the discard for Coco next turn, which is solid. Alright, so what we'll do here, Cherish Ball for... Ooh, we prized... Yikes, we prized our other 2 Mewtwo's. That is pretty terrible, honestly. So we'll just get Dedenne. We will Evo Incense for the Starmie. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I mean, it's like okay though, as long as our other guy just doesn't get knocked out, which it probably shouldn't. I don't know why the heck I got Dedenne. Why did I get Dedenne? I definitely should just research here. I don't know why I got Dedenne. This should be a Blastoise. It's a little late for me, guys, so you'll have to excuse any crazy mistakes like that. I'm definitely just not perfectly thinking through, like, all my sequencing options here, for sure. Oh, and now I don't want to discard this. Dude, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. We'll just hold the hand and hit him with the Star Stream, throw the energies onto the Mewtwo Mew, and hope that we figure out what the heck we're doing by next turn. We're going to be in a little bit of trouble here, potentially. We need to take a Mewtwo Mew off the prizes before this one gets knocked out. Ideally. Or we need to take it... Yeah, we need to take it before this gets knocked out. If this just gets knocked out, we lose the game. We literally can't win. Luckily, it's pretty likely we get a knockout on this Pikachu Zekrom this turn, so assuming that's what they're attacking with, yep, looks like it. And if that's the case, I feel okay about our chances here. They are just going to hit us with the Professor's Research. Here comes a Quick Ball. I can get another... Well, I was going to say get another Pikarom to Accelerate 2, but they just discarded one. They're actually going to get Raichu. I respect it. Still good. Alright, and the pressure... I mean, honestly, this game just literally comes down to... do we draw... do we draw Mewtwo off of our prizes here? That's what it's going to be. Let's go ahead and take Blastoise to discard it. And go like this, spreading out the Evolution and the Air Balloon because he could, you know, knock it. If we put Air Balloon on the Frosmoth and he Tag Bolts knocks it out, then we don't have a pivot. And so we make it so he either knocks out our pivot or he knocks out our Frosmoth. But he'll probably just knock out Dedenne, so none of this really matters at all. It's probably just how it's going to go. Okay, enough talking. Let's think how many energies we need. Just 4, so we could just attach to get it. But we'll go ahead and accelerate a little bit. I kind of want to play some of these cards just in case of a Vikavolt attack, though that is unlikely, I think. So let's just go like this. And let's think here. Probably just ditch this. Keep Cherish around. Attach for turn. Still want to get an attachment in through the Viridian. And we'll go with a Rocket Splash. I don't want to shuffle all of them in from the active just in case he doesn't knock us out. He doesn't have it guaranteed right now unless he used his GX attack, so we'll just go with this. And here we go. Mewtwo off the prizes, please, one time. We have pretty decent odds to get one. Oh my gosh. There are 2 Mewtwo's in our last 4 prizes. Thank you. Okay, we can definitely still win. It was definitely... the game was going to be over if we didn't take a Mewtwo there because our only thing to attack with is Frostmoth. Or Snom. We could Ram, we could Aurora Beam, but I don't think that's going to really do it against Raichu. They are going to go ahead and hit us with a Marnie, though. A little annoying. Not the end of the world. And they're going to hit us with a Tandem Shock as well. Alright, we could just win this turn. We have the pieces in the deck to do it. I believe our other Dedenne was in the deck, so I think I just go with Research here over Dedenne. And that's actually a perfect draw as well. I don't have my other Dedenne in the deck. I only have one Research left, though. So what do I use here? I probably should Dedenne, because we can still find Research, and that sees us more cards, ultimately. I mean, it comes down to finding Energy Switch and stuff as well, so we just need to draw as many cards as possible. We don't quite get there. So, does he play a way to boost his damage? Because he's doing 260 with the Vitality Band. He needs to boost by 10 more to even knock this Mewtwo out. Like, I think we just... Ice Dance once. Let me think here. We have 2 energy in the discard? Yeah, I guess we just hit with Starmie's attack. And put him on the active and stamp him to 3. Yeah. That's going to be our best bet here. And hope that's enough. Yep. Can't quite close it out. We do have the pieces to do it in the deck, theoretically, but just doesn't quite work out for us this time. We've got game in hand, though. It's basically down to, does our opponent win the game this turn by knocking out Mewtwo and Mew? They need 1 more energy on the active, which they are putting on the bench, so that's not going to happen. And they need a way to do 10 damage to Mewtwo and Mew. So Galarian Zigzagoon is probably their only option. But now that they've attached to the bench, I just don't think that's going to even happen. So maybe he's just going for the Paralyzing Bolt. Oh, he plays Zigzagoon! But he didn't attach to the active. If he had attached to the active, he won the game. Wait, why would he not have done that? He would have won the game. He would have just won the game. Wow. Maybe a slight misstep on our opponent's part. I think they should have just gone for it. They didn't. Didn't work out for them, and we will just be able to close things out with the Rocket Splash. Doing a ton of damage here. Holy. 9 energies into the deck. Didn't quite get the attack all the way off before they conceded, but... I mean, you can see the power of this deck. Obviously, I think our opponent made a little bit of a misstep there, but we're still able to close things out. Mewtwo and Mew. GX taking down the win.